So you can't let some recalcitrant senator stop you. So here's what I would argue going forward now. You got to put America back to work, pull America back together. You got to do it in a way that promotes green growth. How do you get, and you can't do cap and trade. Some people will be glad you can't do cap and trade. You can't do it. Now what you going to do? Man, you're screwed. Good thing I'm here. How about we just go back to the original playbook? Give you 3 ideas and I'll sit down. Number 1, if you don't want to treat this like a market failure, fine with me. Wasn't my idea in the first place. You want to just, you don't want to treat this like a market failure. You don't want to have we can't have a carbon tax. That's socialism. That would be terrible. Okay, well, fine, no carbon tax. How about cap and trade? Market mechanism says, oh no, that's just cap and tax anyway. It's also socialism. Okay, so the market-based mechanism is socialist. Great. Why don't we do it this way then? Turns out you got this bunch of radicals, these wild-eyed maniacs, these left coast freaks called the United States Supreme Court, who have already ruled that the EPA already has the authority to regulate carbon pollution anyway, just like they regulate everything else. So why don't we do it this way? Let's just throw out your little market-based idea. I liked it a lot. You wrote a book about it, thought it was neat, but you don't like it, fine, we'll get rid of it. Let's do it this way. Let's not treat it like a market failure, let's treat it like a regulatory failure. In other words, suppose we all live in a village. This makes more sense to most people anyway. Suppose we all live in a village. And you have an enterprise that requires that you on every Wednesday walk over to the well and pour a gallon of arsenic into the well. And then turn around and walk back to your hut. Our response wouldn't be, arsenic must be too cheap. How can we get the price of arsenic up, maybe we should have a cap and tax on cap and trade. I don't know how no, you wouldn't say it's a market failure. You would say there's a regulatory failure. This should not be allowed. Get the village chieftain or chiefess or something to come in and whop this person with a little whoppy stick and say, don't do it no more, and we're done. Right? I say regulatory failure. Right? Fine with me. Turns out the Supreme Court says we got the power to do that anyway. So the fight then becomes to have the EPA do its job and say, quit pouring the arsenic in the well, period. Now, right? In other words, tell them to quit dumping. Hey, listen, arsenic sucks. Mercury sucks. All these things suck. Cecil knows that more than anybody in this room. All this stuff sucks. None of this is dangerous as carbon. You can pour a whole bunch of mercury out in the world, and a bunch of people would die, but 100 years from now, people would be around. You keep dumping this carbon in the world, you'll be living on Venus. With maybe some microbes. Okay? So fine. Number 1, defend EPA's right to just regulate this stuff. And don't act like it's a terrible thing. That might just be a perfectly good thing. And when Lisa Jackson comes under attack and everybody's going crazy and say, well, look, he could have done it another way. Now we're just going to do it the way that most people understand it anyway. So this poison, this pollution, it's dangerous, just stop doing it.